Hey YouTube, this is Graham. My buddy Ryan and I are going to be starting this YouTube channel up for Magic related videos. We'll be doing things like deck techs, card reviews, set reviews. We'll probably post a few games as well. Today I'm going to be showing you my blue-white control list that I run in standard. I guess we'll start off with the basics. We have 4 Mana Leak, 3 Dissipate, 4 Day of Judgment, and 3 Oblivion Ring. I think these are all pretty much standard for blue-white control. You aren't going to see a blue-white control list that doesn't run these cards. The first card I actually want to talk about is going to be Marrow Shards. Marrow Shards is very, very strong against things like Inkmoth Nexus, which the deck is actually weak against. It's good against a turn 1 Stromkirk, as well as a turn 1 Delver if it doesn't flip and they swing for 1 because you have no creatures to block with. You'll be able to trade with the Delver there. One thing it's exceptionally good against is an Invisible Stalker. Gut Shot can't hit Invisible Stalker where Marrow Shards can. It can even kill Invisible Stalker if he has a Rune Chanter's Pike on him, which is also important. You usually won't be able to Day of Judgment something like Invisible Stalker just because they're going to save their mana leaks for things like that. Next card, Snapcaster Mage. He's pretty much a wild card. Later on, he'll get you things like Dissipate, Day, and Marrow Shards if you need it. He kind of sucks to see in your opening hand, which is why I run 3 instead of 4. I did try 4, and you usually will just waste him. You'll just throw him down as a chump block, which, I mean, you kind of want to get the value out of him from getting a flashback spell. Next is our draw, which is 4 Think Twice and 1 Blue Sun Zenith. Think Twice is one of the few instant cards in the deck. Almost everything's sorcery in this deck. We have Day of Judgment, Oblivion Ring, our Planeswalkers, Pristine Talisman. So to have some instant speed draw with whatever mana we have open is nice, instead of running Divination and tapping out for that as well. Blue Sun Zenith is probably going to win the game for you more often than anything else, in that later on it can draw you anywhere from 4 to 7, 10 cards, and usually you're going to get something out of those 10 cards that will either help you stall until you get something else or get you something to win with. We run 3 Pristine Talisman. Pristine Talisman is not only a mana accelerator, but it also gives you life over time. Having 1 down, it's just 1 life per turn, but if you're able to get 2 or 3 down, it's really hard to keep up with 3 life per turn, especially for a red deck. Next card should be Gideon, but we've got a Jason and Elspeth just because I don't have any Gideon. Jace is going to be good in a control mirror because he'll give you a draw engine as well as a win condition. Elspeth is kind of a crappy Gideon, so I would run 2 Gideon. You can still try Jace in the main board, but he should probably be in the sideboard. Next card is Karn. It's the main way we win with the deck. We try to pretty much control them until the very late game, until they're top decking, hopefully. Except against control, so it's a little different against control, but against any other deck, try to pretty much kill anything they throw at you, counter anything else, and then play Karn and start locking their hand down. Eventually they'll be just throwing the card off the top of the library and putting it down, and if it's a problem, you'll be able to exile with Karn. If it's an instant or sorcery, you should be able to counter it. So then we try to restart the game with either a very strong permanent, like a Titan or something that they might have, one of our own Karns from our hand, one of our Planeswalkers, or even just like 6 or 7 land. Starting the game with 6 or 7 land, if you can just mull until you see Karn in your hand and just play him on turn 1. They'll probably quit. Next card's Elesh Norn. I shouldn't really have to say much. She's extremely powerful against cards like Inkmoth Nexus. She's good against the Wolf Run matchup, in that one of our problem cards, Thrun, is going to be a 2/2, and he's not very threatening when he is. Primeval Titan's 4/4. It's kind of hard for them to beat you down. Her second ability isn't going to come into play much in this deck, other than with Elspeth's -2. you won't really see any creatures. Snapcaster will be a 4/3, but it doesn't really do anything. It's mostly the third ability that wipes their field. Because she's the only creature in the deck, really, oftentimes as soon as you play her, she's going to die. But that's why I run her instead of something like Consecrated Sphinx. You'll probably tap out for Consecrated, have it die, and then they'll resolve a threat, or at least Elesh Norn can wipe their field first. For the land, we run 4 Seachrome Coast, 4 Glacial Fortress, 8 Island, 7 Plains, and 4 Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter we run again against Inkmoth, a huge problem card for the deck, as well as cards like Nephalia Drownyard and Moorland Haunt. Sideboard, we have 1 Ratchet Bomb. It's kind of a placeholder. It should probably be something like Phantasmal Image, which we have right here. Phantasmal Image is basically for Thrun. There's not much else you'd side him in against. You could side him in against Undying because you do get a lot of value out of Image if they play like something like Huntmaster after Strangleroot. Put the image on Strangleroot, block it 1 turn, and then get your own Huntmaster as a 3/3. For Undying, though, we want to side in Surgical Extraction and Purify the Grave. Whenever a Undying creature hits the graveyard, you're actually able to surgically extract it once one of the abilities goes on the stack, and you definitely want to do that against things like Strangleroot and Drow's Messenger especially. They're problematic for this deck because Day of Judgment doesn't really deal with them like it does other creatures. They'll just come back bigger and stronger. So next card is Witchbane Orb. Witchbane Orb is good against red as well as blue-black control. Blue-black control won't be able to target you with Drownyard or Jace, and red will just have all their burn and their fire slingers just sitting there, not doing anything. Elixir of Immortality is mainly for the blue-black matchup. You could side it in if you're having problems with red, but it's not very good just because if it does get milled, it's kind of useless, but I guess it's the same way with Witchbane Orb. So next card's Flashfreeze. Side it in against Wolf Run. You could side it in against Mono Red, but keep in mind that their Shrine is going to be one of the major ways that they win, and Shrine can't be countered with Flashfreeze since it's an artifact spell, so try to keep that in mind. 2 Timely Reinforcements, basically just for red, any aggro matchup. You're going to most of the time get 3 1/1s and a 6 life. Do be careful of Phyrexian mana. If you're at 19 and they're at 20, don't play Timely Reinforcements, because oftentimes they're going to side in things like Dismember, knowing that you're going to side in Timely Reinforcements. They'll dismember their own fucking creature, so you don't get any value out of the card. It happens, man. Revoke Existence is a placeholder. It needs to be a Celestial Purge. I have 1 Celestial Purge in here right now. It was for Chandra's Phoenix, but I just dusted off this deck. I would put in 2 more because of Drow's Messenger. So take out the Revoke Existence I just showed you, and take out one of these Dismember. The next Dismember should probably be the Jace that's in the main board, but I mean, like I said, I don't have all the cards for this deck right now. I need to get to Gideon and the Purge, so let me know what you guys think. Show me your blue-white list. I'd definitely like to see what you guys think about Marrow Shards. Marrow Shards and Gut Shot, it's kind of preference. Gut Shot can kill Mana Dorks, but Marrow Shards can get 2 for 1s as well as kill Invisible Stalker. So I'd definitely like to see what you guys think about it. And me and Ryan should be posting some games up soon on Cockatrice. We may play Standard. I might play this blue-white control list and show how it pilots and stuff like that. So rate, comment, subscribe, whatever. Yep.